I want to introduce you to my foster daughter, Rosa. She graduated last year. This might not seem so exceptional, except for when I met her when she was 8 years old, she'd never been to school. She was incredibly precocious, but her situation was precarious. I went back to Harvard to finish out my school year and decided the best thing I could do with my life was to move back to Kenya and to figure out how to make this happen. Not just for Rosa, but for as many girls as I could possibly do that for. In short, I wanted to figure out what is the smallest intervention that could yield the largest changes in education for girls. I found the answer, and it shocked me. Sanitary pads. Something most of us have probably never really thought about today. And men, you might not want to be thinking about it. But it's not about pads, it's about productivity and purpose. I found out that pads are girls' second biggest cost every month after bread. If you're poor, pads are expensive and out of reach. 4 in 5 girls and women across East Africa and 1 billion around the world cannot access affordable sanitary pads. When I asked girls what they do when they don't have pads, they said, "We stay home from school." 1 million girls in Kenya miss 6 weeks of school every year because they lack sanitary pads. And this creates negative cascading effects. They start falling behind. By the time they're 16, 2 in 3 girls is not in school. This is twice the rate of boys. One of the reasons for this is that your 8th grade exam in Kenya determines whether or not you even get called to go to high school. It's not a right. And with all of that missed school and anxiety, girls don't hit the mark. And this is bad news for girls. Unfortunately, I have some more bad news. I have 2 pieces of bad news, really. One is that girls recognize this conundrum, and they have to choose between selling their bodies and going to school or staying home and realizing they're going to have a life that they didn't want. One girl said to me, "Megan, when a boy approaches you for sex, you can't refuse because you need pads. You need them. You need them." This is unacceptable for the daughters of this world. We cannot let this happen. Pads should be a basic human right. 2, girls don't know about their bodies. They're not given basic health education. They don't know why they get their periods. They don't know about pregnancy, about sex, about how to not get pregnant, any of that. Pads and health education should be a human right. They also deliver tremendous returns on education. 75% of lost learning days are regained simply by providing pads and health education in studies across Africa. I created ZanaAfrica, therefore, to figure out, how do we do that? Let's get the most pads and health education to girls. And after about 5 years, I think we've actually solved it. We have a back-to-school kit for girls called NIA, which means purpose, because we want girls to know that they have a purpose and to step into it. Pads, underwear, and health education through comics help girls stay in school. Comics are a fun way to break taboos and to create standardized messaging that we can test for behavior changes and health outcomes. We can do this for just 82 cents a month, and with the innovations that my science team is doing right now, we think we can bring that down to 50 cents a month. This is arguably the lowest cost intervention that we can do in education to keep girls in school. They do the hard work of studying, but they need these products. We also have a mobile app to document national sanitary pad distribution. I am incredibly proud to say that I've helped the Kenyan government to become the first government in the world to write pads into budgets like pencils for 4 years in a row. And because Kenya is so tech-savvy, we have an app to coordinate national distribution, so we don't duplicate our efforts, and we all work together to solve this problem for girls. And if you don't take anything away from this night otherwise, please consider any sponsorship program that you work in. Ask them, are they integrating pads and health education into their sponsorship programs? Because really, we who are responsible for educating these girls need to take this on ourselves on their behalf. These are girls who otherwise cannot afford these products. One girl said, "Our thoughts of the future have changed. We'll be able to learn up to university because we won't be stressed about how to get sanitary pads. And by stress, that's a real understatement, right? We are going to be equal to boys and make the country proud of girls. In one study, we saw of 400 girls, 1 in 4 girls moved into the top 10 in their class in just 1 year of pad provision. Imagine if we could do that for a nation. Imagine if we could do that for the world. We only served 12,000 girls last year. We're going to blow that out of the water in the coming years. I want to mention women. We don't leave them behind. We have a 2-pack package that's a single coin purchase that women sell to other women. They're calling this product the Lifesaver. We have 100 women serving 5,000 women this year. We're in our 12th month of sales. Next year, we're going to be serving 60,000 girls and women. That's pretty good. And by 2020, our goal is nothing short of 1 million, to create a national solution that we can replicate region by region. What some people fail to realize is that pads are not just the cheapest thing wins. They have to be sexy. And it's true. And they have to have wings so that they hold on to tattered underwear, because underwear is expensive. The only way to do that is on large-scale commercial machines. I spent 4 years looking at business models, and I found that distributed pad manufacturing costs 3 times the cost to reach 1 million women. But what we are doing is taking agri-waste and other cost innovations and processing them through standardized pad machines so that we can deliver tremendous economies of scale at a price that women and girls can afford. $1 invested in menstrual health education, at minimum, on my kind of back-of-the-napkin calculations on increasing girls' attendance and future earnings and decreasing HIV and unwanted teen pregnancies, yields $18 in return to the economy. But for me, and for many women who'll know this, it's not just about the product, it's about how girls see themselves when they look inside themselves. This is a very vulnerable time. And when I asked a girl how she would feel when she got pads, she said, "I would feel like the whole world loved me." This is not just a smart solution, it's also a heart solution, both. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing, to help unlock girls' opportunities to stay in school and transform the world. So join me, and together we can help unleash girls and help them step boldly into the promise of their future. Thank you.